Do you want to see your pup run up and down with excitement every month? Then look no further than BarkBox. A BarkBox subscription turns things super fun around the house for owners and pups everywhere. These customized doggy gift boxes include awesome items you simply cannot find anywhere else. From special treats they've never tasted before to hilarious and fun toys for them to chew on. The BarkBox is designed to make your pup feel special every single month. Treats include farm-raised turkey, lamb, and real bacon. All the food is made with whole ingredients without wheat, soy, or corn to make sure your pup stays healthy and far away from artificial flavorings and chemicals. Allergy problems with your dog? No problem. Check out the allergen-free options as well. No two boxes are ever the same. Open up each box to discover pool parties, fun themes like this one that takes your pup on a magical adventure to Italy. It may not be time travel, but it is the next best thing. To get started, a doggy profile is created about your dog's style, personality, preferences, and size. This results in a custom-tailored experience each time a new box arrives. This way, your dog gets to feel like a real connoisseur, large and in charge. What I've discovered is these are not ordinary doggy gift boxes. In-house teams of innovative designers customize each box with canine experts who know what dogs love. High quality material and carefully designed styles, shapes, and noises all come together for an awesome premium experience. And to make it even better, there's a little secret surprise and jokes found in each gift. If you sign up for a 6-month plan, you'll receive a free extra toy in your BarkBox every month, valued at $60. That means 6 whole months of extra toys. You can get started right now at barkbox.com/Nate. Don't wait, get started today. So that's a position, down's a position, sit's a position, come is the sit front position, heel is the position off to our side. So then I reinforce, that's my heel stay, that's space right on my left side. If I'm walking, the dog has to walk to maintain the heel position. If I stop walking, the dog has to stop in order to maintain the heel position. So if my dog leaves it, then I reinforce it the exact same way I reinforce everything else. I start with wrong, and then when the dog knows it, then it turns into a no. Good boy. So now when we're teaching the loose leash walking, this is the process you're gonna wanna follow. And I'm gonna show you, of course, first. But just like you said, you have them next to you, and then heel, and then we step. We have to make sure we say heel first. If we pair our physical with our verbal, that's known as overshadowing. Whatever is more relevant to the dog is what they're going to focus on, and they're going to ignore the other element. Yeah, so if I always do this, down, he lays down, but he's laying down because I was pointing and I was luring with the food, not because I said down. It's not predictable. Okay. If we pair our physical with our verbal, physical overrides the verbal. So if I have him next to me and I always go heel, and he steps when I step, what ends up happening is he learns to step when we step, not when we say heel. If we want him to know that he steps when we say heel, like heel, off we go, just reinforcing the commanded position he's already in. So we're saying, all right, it's about to go from a stationary heel stay to a mobile heel stay. You ready? Heel, off we go. Okay. But again, if we do it at the same time, then we're just teaching them to step when we step. And the reason why that's a problem is, let's say you have him sitting next to you and you just step away, but you wanted him in a sit stay and he breaks the position and then you correct him. That would be an unfair correction because he goes, wait, the deal is we always step at the same time. That's how it works. Okay. And unknowingly, you've taught him that, thinking you were teaching him to step when you say heel because you did at the same time. So you have to go heel, then step. If you stop, he should just sit automatically. So that's called an automatic sit when halted. Right. So the way that I do it is I will say heel to get the dog into the heel position. Then before I step, I will say heel and then I'll step. But then if I stop, I just stop and the dog sits. And that's very easy to teach. There's 3 ways really to do that. One is once you come to a stop, tell your dog to sit every single time, and he will learn every time you stop, you tell me to sit, so I'm just going to sit. Because then one day you stop and he goes, I got it, and he just does it. So that's one. Another option is every time you stop, lure him with a piece of food, or use the leash every time you stop. So you're just showing him every time we stop, you have to sit. That's your responsibility. And after enough repetitions, once you stop, boom, he'll go to sit. So teaching the automatic sit when halted is very easy. So now when we're walking, when we say heel and then we step, if he's walking next to us in the very beginning, we provide verbal praise the whole time he's next to us and he's walking nicely. So if he's walking nicely, wrong. If he's walking nicely next to you, so let's say we're walking, I'm gonna go, good boy, nice job, way to go, excellent. And once he starts to go ahead of me, I stop providing praise. And then once he's far enough ahead, right before the leash gets tight, then I say wrong, I apply the leash pressure, I bring him back. Once he's back in position, good boy, and I'm praising him again. So you wanna see how it's done?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's bring him outside. So since it's still the early stages with the stay, then you can release them when you're close enough to touch them. Remember that?
Right.
So you can go break, good boy. You could just use a release word. You could use a terminal marker, or you could give them a new command. Okay. So we'll get geared up and we'll take them outside. Okay. Before I start, I like to place the dog into the heel position. And remember, it's heel, then step. So what I want you to pay attention to is that I say the command before I step. When he's next to me, I'm providing verbal praise. I want him to know he's doing a good job. The moment he leaves that heel position, I stop praising. Right before the leash gets tight, I say wrong. Then I apply the leash pressure, bringing him right back into the heel position. Immediately the leash goes loose and we go right back into the walk. So I don't have to bring him back and make him sit. I just go right back into the walk. All right, here we go. Are you ready, buddy? Heel, then we step. And if he doesn't step right away, I just keep going. I don't worry about it. Once I say heel, I'm going. So he's doing a great job. Let me praise him. Good boy, nice job. Lots of encouragement in the beginning. He's starting to go ahead a little bit. Wrong, good boy. And he turned around actually right when I said wrong, so my timing wasn't as good as I would like it to be, but that's okay. It's not always gonna be perfect. And then when he's doing it well, good boy. Nice job, excellent. Very good. Good, so he's pretty good. He's really aware when I start to slow down. Wrong. Good job. Once he turns around, I provide encouragement, let him know he's doing a good job, because what do we want him to do when we say wrong? We want him to turn around, and that's what he's doing. Good boy. Very nice. I mean, he's super easy. So he's going a little bit behind me, and if that happens and I want to bring him up, I do the same thing. I say wrong, and I bring him up, and then I loosen the leash. Sit. What people often do when the dog starts to lag is they'll slow down and wait for the dog. If the dog slacks or lags a lot, then I'll actually run forward. So I'm showing them, hey, you need to keep up. If you're too far behind me, I might take off. Another thing that's nice when we're doing the walks, especially because he's starting to do really well with this, is giving him additional commands. So I can tell him right now, down. And I was going to use the leash if I needed to. Good boy. I can do a come when called. Down. And I just said down again there because I missed it. I didn't say it within the first second. Come. Good boy. Very nice. Come on, buddy. I can use my hand to guide him if I need to. Very good. And then heel. And then we turn right back into the walk. Come on, buddy. Very good, nice job, excellent. Now, what I like to do before I stop, because eventually we want him to be able to stop and sit when we stop. Automatic, the automatic sit when halted. The stopping becomes the command. Our physical cue becomes the command. And what I like to do before I stop is I'll take 3 paces slower than I was before. So I'll slow down for 3 slow paces, and then I stop and I allow the dog to sit. So it makes it easier. Once you change pace, they recognize it and they get ready to sit. Yeah, they pick up on it very quickly. So I allow him to go ahead of me. Wrong. Then I got him. Good boy, very nice. And usually that's not gonna get you a fully reliably trained dog because wrong, we're just using negative reinforcement. It's not a correction. We're just saying, no, I want you back here. But then eventually, again, it'll turn into a correction. So then eventually it'll be no, correction, heel, and then we bring him back. Come on, buddy. Good boy. You're a sensitive little guy. All right, you want to give it a go?
Heel.
And then step. Nice. And then if he's doing it nicely, good boy. So he's going ahead. So you see how he starts with you. He's like, okay, I can walk ahead. And that's because you've done his homework. So he's waiting for you to do his homework. Heel, and then step. And so you're watching them the whole time. Now slowly, now wrong, and then bring them back. Swing them around into the position, and then loose leash. Excellent.
Heel. Oh,
you paired it? Oh, shoot.
Heel. Wrong.
A little late on the wrong there.
Oh.
Well, remember, when you bring them back, you don't have to put them into a sit. You just go right back into the walk. Remember, like when he breaks the down stay, you don't say wrong, put him back in the down, down. You just say wrong and you put him back.
Wrong.
And then you just go walk right back into it. Good. Good boy. Nice job. And then let him know, good job.
Good boy.
And if he starts creeping ahead again, wrong.
Wrong.
Then pressure. So that right there, you said wrong and he turned around before you applied the pressure. So he's ready for a correction if you want. And that helps with the reliability. So now the next time, right before the leash gets tight, no. Little leash pop. After the leash pop, heel, then bring back. Now that time you will have to say heel, because wrong means I'm going to use the leash and I'm going to show you what I want. No means a correction. Once the correction's done, the no's done. Then we recommand heel and help him out. So no, correction, heel, and then assist.
Heel. Good boy. Good boy.
So,
No.
and it doesn't have to be a stern no. It's just no. Remember, our words have power based on what they predict, not how we say it. So you could go, no. And if that always precedes a correction, then you say no, and the dog goes, all right, I won't do it again. Don't just allow a dog to stop and go to the bathroom whenever they want or wherever they want. I'll stop and tell them to go.
Okay.
So now is his opportunity. He's not going. Heel. Now we go back into the walk. So I'm going to guide him back around. Good boy. And very loose on the leash. Once he's next to me, good boy, verbal praise. Lots of praise in the beginning. Way to go, buddy. And he leaves it, so quiet. Wrong. You see how he's starting to recognize that the praise goes away when he leaves the position. Good boy, very nice. What a lot of people do, sit, is they start getting annoyed with their dog, right? Because their dog's not doing what they want. And they start to get frustrated. So then when they get the dog back, they're reprimanding the dog because he wasn't doing what they want. And now the dog goes, why do I want to stand next to you when you're always a disgruntled jerk?
Yes.
I want him to know how awesome he is and how much I appreciate him being next to me.
Okay.
So then he wants to be next to me.
Yes.
So that's why in the beginning, when I'm first teaching this, when the dog's walking next to me nicely, lots of praise, lots of verbal praise.
Okay.
The moment he leaves, I go quiet. And then right before it gets tight, wrong. So wrong predicts the pressure.
Okay.
What people always end up doing is it gets tight and then they say wrong.
Yeah.
So you have to be good at that. Often what I'll do is I'll even extend my arm to make sure that the leash doesn't get tight until after I say wrong, and then I can apply. Even if I need to pick up my pace a little bit.
Okay.
It should be pretty easy to prevent the leash from getting tight until after we say wrong. So that was a good session for him, nice and short because it is a little warm outside right now. But the key takeaway is before you step, you want to say heel.
Okay.
If he's in the position you like, lots of praise in the beginning so he knows. When he leaves that position, no more praise. And then before the leash gets tight, wrong, and then apply pressure as you walk back. Now, if he's not in the position you like, but he's kind of walking at your speed, then you slowly sneak out of the heel position and then say wrong and apply the pressure. So that makes him more aware of your positioning.
Right.
Because he's like, if I'm not paying attention to you, all of a sudden you're way behind me and you're saying wrong and I have to go back there anyways. So you find the dog doing this, checking in on you, and that's what we want. So your homework is going to be continue working on the leash pressure. Make sure he really knows that he needs to follow it. We're using that continual reinforcement to build the food drive. If he doesn't want to work, he doesn't eat. Once he starts doing certain commands on the verbal alone, then you want to start spacing out the rewards. Each command is its own separate element. He has to learn each one. Meaning, if he goes into the down position on the verbal command alone, it doesn't mean every single command you're now spacing rewards. Because he still could be learning the heel command. So whatever he's still in the process of learning, continual reinforcement. Once he starts doing it on the verbal command alone, that's when you go to stage 2, where you either mark and reward as you have been, or you provide verbal praise so he knows he's doing it correctly. We can't go from rewarding every behavior to all of a sudden silence. That throws our dogs off. Then you do that for a couple weeks. After that, you go to stage 3, which is either mark and reward, verbal praise, or you say nothing at all. And then you slowly fade out the first 2. But remember, we want him to always think that we have treats. So you want to do that proactive training during the day, meaning anytime he does something that you like, mark the behavior and then get him a treat. So if he lays down, you're like, I like when you lay down there, free. And then you grab him a treat. He goes to his bed, free. You grab him a treat. He looks at you, free. you get him a treat. So he starts to learn his behavior makes rewards magically appear.
Okay.
Work more on getting him into that heel position. If you need to use a barrier of some kind, that's great. It helps the dog find it, as well as just having him sit next to you and work on him seeing that picture.
Okay.
That's a nice, easy exercise. He just has to sit there and look at you and you pay him, and he starts to understand, when I'm in this position and this is how I see you, then I'm gonna be paid. And so he'll seek out that position.
Okay.
You see it quite a lot when we first start teaching a dog the heel position, if they've learned the sit front. So dogs that spent a lot of time in the sit front position, the moment we try to get them into the heel, what do you think they end up doing? They start to spin around because they're used to that picture. So we're just doing the same thing on the side.
Okay.
I think this was a good session.
Yes.
He looks plenty tired.
Yes.
And then we got to get to our next spot.
So is
Come
he
here,
allowed
Susie.
to eat his breakfast now?
Yeah, if he's, I
Okay.
mean, if there's room, you got room for
Yeah.
food? You good boy? He's a very handsome puppy.
Thank
yes, you're a
you.
good boy.